So Kim, I just checked out the video that I just made, the first one, and the sound was not so good, so I've uh, changed the settings a little bit, and hopefully this one will come out a little bit better. Also, when I scroll around, the screen is a little bit choppy, so sorry about that. I don't know if it was because my disk space was full, or I'm not sure, so hopefully that will be resolved. So let's see, where was I? I think I was talking to you about your quizzes. And like I said, I think that the way that you have them weighted and the way that you have them designed, it's fine. I had been thinking that maybe it would be better if, instead of the way that you have it set up, that you set it up more like a self-test so that they could take the quiz and then, based on whatever it is that they got wrong, they could return to the text and, look up what they got wrong and then come back and take the self-test again to see if, if they improved, if they could improve. But I think, either way will be fine. One other thing I wanted to mention to you had to do with the fact that you have headings underlined in your on the course map here, and they look like links, especially the blue one up there. They just look like links, and so I'm wondering if you could play with the fonts or better differentiate the heads from the subheads and the text, so that it's clearer, and so that no one will get confused thinking that those underlined items are links. Okay, so let's go into Module 1 actually. I think it was, yeah, in your reflection I wanted to go here and show you Module 4 is appearing at the top here, and I'm not sure if that's because that's the last one that you did, or if it has to do with the title. And in any case, when you set this up for the students, I would go in and maybe make an edit to Module 1, Week 1, so that it then comes up and is the first thing in line. And you might want to just try that to get these all in order. And I think if you just go in and open it and then save it in reverse order, whatever it is that you want to be at the bottom, do first. So I would, do this one and then do 3, Week 2 and then Week 1, and then do 2, Week 2 and Week 1, and then do Module 1, Week 2, and then finally the last one, do that one. And then it will come out in chronological order, with the top one being Module 1, Week 1. I love how you have your rubrics, links to your rubrics everywhere. I looked at your rubrics, they look great. I'm thrilled that you're using rubrics. I want to move on to Module 2 and have a look here at your reflection journal. This was the question here that I had some question about whether or not it was, more of a right or wrong answer, and if this could be, if you think about it, to see if there was a way to rephrase it. And I'm not really sure, but I just thought I'd mention it since it sort of struck me among the questions, your questions that I read. This one is great, fantastic. Um, and so just think about your questions that you're having them reflect on. In your discussion, again, you're having them do the small group, I think, here. And here you're having, again, that issue with the chronological order. Or not chronological, but group 1 being at the bottom. So I think that looks fine. You have a bunch of quizzes for this one. Let's go on to Module 3. Yeah, these reflection questions are very good. And let's look at the discussion question. So this is a whole class discussion. You want them to visit a site that has some case studies, and then love how you give all of the instructions there. That looks great. Really, really good. Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you. You might want to have a model post. You also say support, you must support your answers. They're not going to know what that means. You're going to have to be much more explicit about that. And maybe you are somewhere, but I didn't see it. So you're going to want to give them an exemplar post, and then much more clear definition and understanding of what support your answers means. Let's go down to Module 4. You're giving them a break, I saw, which I think sounds cool. This is an excellent question because it's going to really vary from student to student. That's the thing, with these questions is that if it's a right or wrong answer, or yes or something that they'll all likely have similar answers on, then it's not quite as interesting. With these questions, they're going to vary from person to person, so that's cool. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to ask you. Are you going to have the students comment on each other's journals, read each other's journals and comment on them? They're going to be able to because it's a question and answer thing, but I didn't see anywhere where you actually said that you wanted them to read each other's stuff and comment on it. The portfolio, I didn't really understand because there is no documentation, at least in the body here of the modules, of what this is about, what they're supposed to be doing. This is the place where they finally submit it, but where is it? Where is the actual activity described? Where are the instructions for it? When do they start it? Do they need to get approval for it? What do they collect in their portfolio? So I just don't understand this activity. I see that this is the submission area, but I don't see anywhere in any of the prior modules where there is instruction. And maybe you have it in the module at a glance areas, but I didn't catch it. I love that you're doing a wrap-up. I did not understand the difference between this and these two things. I mean, this one is just a simple, one single question, how did I do? And then this one is kind of more substantive, descriptive feedback, which I really liked. But I didn't really understand why you need all three of them. I would kind of collapse them all into one and use this format here. I really liked how you had this one set up, this course feedback questionnaire. I'm wondering, did you see this in one of my other courses, like this bit about total number of hours? I'm wondering how you made the decision to do that. I love that you're having a farewell discussion. Again, anywhere you're having them do something, I would model it as the instructor. So you put your farewell in there. So say something. to the class or to individuals, so that they can see you model how to do it. I love your areas that you have, your reflective journal area, and here is where it's all laid out for them. I love the student lounge. I think that's cool. Again, it needs something in there to be seated, you know what I mean? I would put something in there so that it's not empty. I love the newsroom activity. I love that you are thinking metaphorically here. Not really, I've never used this wiki thing, so I'm not really sure how it works, and I played around with yours, and the only thing I could figure out how to do is that you can then edit here, and I don't know that you can add additional pages, or I couldn't figure out how you could add more pages. I just have to edit, and then it becomes one long page, I guess. So I'm not really sure how that works. But it looks cool. It looks really cool. I love how you have a suggestion box. You know, everything looks really, it looks like you've done a lot of work. It looks like you've really thought this through, and that you are really applying what you're learning in our course to your course. I really hope that you get to teach this course, and I hope that you let me know how it goes, and what you learn from the experience, because this course really won't be over until you get a chance to teach your course and learn from that experience. So, you know, you've done a great job in the course, and I think that your course looks great. You know, there's still some work to be done and some things that I think could be refined, but overall, the course looks fantastic. So I think that's about it. Thanks, Kim. You've done a really good job.